What's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to be bringing you this brand new Subterra Guru deck featuring Thunder Dragon Colossus. Now first, if you like this video, go subscribe and comment down below on how you think the deck could get better. Now without further ado, let me show you this deck. So this deck is completely broken. I don't actually know why a lot of people aren't running this card to actually be able to make Subterra control way better. So let's get right into this video and let me show you how you can actually bring out Thunder Dragon Colossus onto the field. Alright guys, so let's get right into this. This is the Subterra Guru deck featuring Thunder Dragon Colossus. So the first card, of course, you're going to want to run is Subterra Guru. This card is your monster Book of Moon, and basically he can bring out your Voltelleric, which can turn into Thunder Dragon Colossus. He also has a search effect when he's flipped up, and the main card you want to be searching is Fiendus. Fiendus can also get out Voltelleric by flipping itself face down and another monster. It also is an Omni Negate in the hand, acting kind of like Ash Blossom, but like 100 times better. Definitely staples for any Guru deck. Next up, we are playing one Subterra Nemesis Archer. This is basically like a fourth Guru, and its first effect doesn't come in a whole lot. You can see some play with it, but its main effect is just getting your Guru out onto the field when you don't have one. This is Voltelleric, one of the best Subterra monsters that nobody knows about. So it is a Thunder monster's effect that is activating in the hand, which you can then special summon, and then you can distribute it for Thunder Dragon Colossus. All you have to do is use Guru's effect, flip it face down with another monster, and boom, you have Voltelleric if it's in your hand. He's also searchable since he's a Subterra monster. You're flipping Guru up literally every single turn, so you can basically get this guy out on the second turn, and if you're lucky you can get him out on the first turn. But usually he's a second turn guy, and yeah, he's really nice. Last up for the behemoth monsters, we have Mastrix. This is just monster removal. He is targeting monsters, so we do run an Ingirsu in the extra deck because we do run Crackdown to steal monsters. So there is possibility to get rid of non-targetable monsters in this deck. So last up for the monsters in the deck, you want to run 2 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, and also a Effect Veiler. These are just standard hand traps. They cover most decks, and I find them very effective for stunning. If you have Fiendus as well as 1 or 2 of these, that can really stop your opponent from doing much, as well as you have the whole Solemn Brigade, which I will get into later. That's it for the monster lineup. Let's get right into the spells now. So you are going to be running the best spell in the deck, which is Hidden City and Terraforming. So I have also thought of running a set rotation. I don't actually own one to try it out, but I think maybe you should, because this deck needs this card to really actually see competitive play. So next up we are playing 3 Called by the Grave. This is a very necessary card for the deck, just making sure all those plays go through. You really don't want to get hand trapped in this deck on one of your Hidden City or Guru searches cards. We are playing Duality at 3 copies. So you aren't actually doing a whole lot of special summoning in this deck, so I find this is a really good card choice, and it's always giving you cards that you need, and you can always see the top 3 cards of your deck, so that is really nice. Next up, we are playing 2 Potted Desires. You can play Potted Extravagance if you can afford it. I don't have the card, but I find Desires works really well as well, and I haven't had any problems with it. I've never really banished 3 of any target. Fiendus is always there. Yeah, it's always just been a +1, so it's really good card. So last up for the greed cards, we are running 1 Upstart Goblin. This is literally just a deck thinner. And next up we got two Foolish Burial Goods as well as Heavy Metal Foes Fusion. So these are also just deck thinning cards and they're nice to have. Metal Foes Fusion is a pretty big brick if you get it in the hand because there's not much ways to actually discard with this deck unless you have sided in the Super Poly. So that's it for the spell cards, and next up we are going into the traps. We are running 2 Subterror Final Battle. This card is really good, it has so many effects, so it is really versatile in a lot of situations. And the only downside to it is it doesn't trigger your Subterror Behemoth monsters summoning effects. So that is unfortunate, but other than that, this card is amazing. You usually want to have 2 on board if you can. You can be attacking for a whole lot of damage, and it is really good. Next up, we are running probably my favorite card in the game. It's just so simple, it's effective, and it works. Crackdown. You just steal monsters and link away with them. And next up, we have the Solemn Brigade. I'm running 2 strikes and a judgment. I was running compulsory beforehand. The reason I took them out is I feel compulsory is really good. However, it is susceptible to a lot of effects and monsters once they're already on the field, as the Solemn Strikes and Judgments stop the monster from actually getting to the field to begin with. So that is why I opt to use the Solemns over compulsory, but it is your choice at the end of the day. And last up for the main deck, we are running the Floodgate. There can be only one. This actually works really good in the deck. You can use Summon Limit, but Summon Limit kind of hinders the deck as to where this doesn't really stop you at all, and it covers a lot of decks as well. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Now we're going to go into the extra deck featuring the big boss Thunder Dragon Colossus. So this guy makes it so your opponent can't add any cards from the deck to the hand except by drawing them, and using all your hand traps as well as the Solemns and Crackdown. You're also locking them out of the deck from searching at all, which is really good. Already have so much control with Guru, and then you add a Thunder Dragon Colossus on board. It's crazy. People don't even expect it. When you pull a Thunder Dragon Colossus out in the Subterrors, you should look at their face. It's crazy. It's so funny. Next up, we are running some Super Poly targets. We got Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. So yeah, there's not much to say about this card. It's probably one of the best fusion monsters in my opinion. Next up for Super Poly targets, we are playing Mud Dragon of the Swamp, also a great fusion monster, as well as Salamangreat Violet Chimera. That's it for the fusion monsters of the deck. Next we got some links. We got Borosword. He's to OTK. Boroload to steal more monsters, and he's non-targetable. So next up we have Topologic Bomber Dragon. This card has won me a few games. He's really good. Next up we have Ningirsu. He is your solution for non-targetable monsters, and he's pretty easy to get out actually. You can easily go into a Linkuriboh and a Mrs. Radiant or Land Fornicus. We also run Phoenix. This is just for spell and trap removal. Have Land Fornicus. This is just to link away your opponent's monsters after you crack down them. We have Mrs. Radiant. Requires 2 earth monsters. It can make your Subterrors a little more beefy, so it's always good to run. We also are running the Subterror Behemoth Fiendus. You can run Dingirsu if you have it, but I don't actually own one, so I just threw Behemoth Fiendus in there. And last up, we just got some level 1s. We have our Linkuriboh. Basically, he's a dark monster, so you can actually use him as a Super Poly target. He's also defense, and you can easily make him with a Fiendus. And the last card is Sky Striker Ace Kaina, and that's just if you crack down one of your Sky Striker opponents. And that's it for the extra deck. So next up, we got the Big Rock Boy. This guy clears boards and he ends turns at the same time. This guy is so good. He's so funny to watch your opponent's face after you drop him on him. So my next favorite card, we have Super Polymerization. This card is so good. And they can't do nothing. Super Poly. No response, that's right, because it's Super Poly. No response. Off to the last cards, we have Heavy Storm Duster for back row removal. And we also have Evenly Matched for everything removal. So that's it for all the side deck cards as well. Alright guys, so that was my Subterra Guru deck featuring Thunder Dragon Colossus. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe down below and tell me how the deck could get better. So I'm going to show you guys real quick some YUGIOH Pro matches of me actually whooping with this Subterra deck. So see you guys on the next video.